Hi, it's Melanie, and in this video, I want to talk to you about one of the missing steps I see people skipping over when making dietary changes. When you first start looking to change your diet, or you're going on a diet for weight loss, or you've heard about a certain diet you want to try, what's the first thing you think about? In any kind of diet, it's kind of all similar. They all include cutting something out. You're either cutting out grains if you're going paleo, or maybe you're cutting out dairy, or maybe sugar, or maybe you're going vegan and you're cutting out meat. But you could make a list of all the different diets and what they cut. So when you first make a dietary change, if you've done this before, that's probably what you've done. You've decided what you're going to stop eating. You're not going to eat cookies anymore. You're not going to eat ice cream anymore, or even something seemingly healthy, like you're not going to have cheese anymore. Anyways, the list goes on. And I think that's definitely a really important step. It's not necessarily always the first step that I think people should take, but a lot of times eliminating foods can really help you move forward towards your health goals. But what's the missing piece? The missing piece is, what are you going to eat? So it's not only important to make sure that you're not eating certain foods, it's of course also important to look at what you are going to be eating. And I see a lot of people kind of jump on the bandwagon or start a diet way too quickly and decide everything they're not going to eat anymore without having a good plan about what they're actually going to eat the very next day. What are you actually going to be eating for breakfast if you cut out, eggs and grains and dairy and whatever else that you might not be eating anymore. So you want to start with a plan for what foods you really want to make sure to highlight in your diet going forward. And sometimes that means that even before you cut something out, you might want to add something else in. So maybe add in extra vegetables or extra leafy greens, for example, specific types of vegetables. There might be nuts and seeds, or lentils and beans, or certain things you aren't eating that you haven't eaten in a while that maybe you could reincorporate into your diet. And start with adding healthier foods and more of those things that you want to be eating into your diet. And then the next step can be replacing things. So maybe replacing gluten-containing grains with whole grains that don't have any gluten in them. And that can be an easy swap for you. So if you're used to having pasta at night for dinner, maybe switch it to rice. And taking these smaller incremental steps can help you on your journey towards having a manageable diet that's also healthy and health supportive for you. And if you are planning to jump right in with cutting something out and removing things from your diet right away, make sure you know what you're going to eat in its place, because dietary changes can't be made in a vacuum. If you're removing something, you most likely have to add something in that where you used to eat that old food. So the steps that I was mentioning are add, replace, and remove. And sometimes you want to go in that order, and other times you can mix it up. But it's good to keep in mind that removing foods from your diet isn't the only dietary change you'll be making on your journey towards a healing diet. So if you have any questions about this, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know what struggles you're having with taking things out of your diet and finding replacements. And I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye.